And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Hurts.
Flush to his right.
And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive.
Now a guy who went to prep school right here in Philly, DeAndre Swift.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On 4th down, here's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Throwing is Williams. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Cole Kmet.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Bears put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Great. Set. Alpha.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, easy, 63, bang.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Flushed out right.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They're going to try and throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Escaping the pressure right.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And with the big gain, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty.
No touch, sir. No touch.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hurts completing this one quickly.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jahan Dotson.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
7-7, our score after one. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, Williams. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, a Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted.
And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Hey, Silver. No touch.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He dumps it off to Barkley.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Hurts sets up to throw it.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Great, set.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. He'll buy some time right. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Complete, it's Dotson.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And this one's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
3rd down and 6. Once again, it's Swift.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
They'll go. Here's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
And again, back to Komet.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's Williams.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
To the air, Williams.
He finds his target, Allen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Santos with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 38.
Third quarter starts with a run from Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
To throw, it's Williams.
Flush to his right. Williams loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Play action. Now Williams.
And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
On 4th down, here's Williams.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Go Silver, ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The kick by Elliott is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. They'll go play action here with Williams.
They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
To throw, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Cole Kmet
with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Great, set.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long.
Barkley again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
Oh, nice move. Fights through, and now a crease.
Still on his feet. DeAndre Swift to the 20.
Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift.
His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Reload.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead.